Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Mary. Tight hearts, scared hearts, that's all I see. Too much pain, too much uncertainty, too much disharmony. Why, my children? Where is the faith and belief of each one, that better times will come? Today, I open my mantle and cover this little planet, which I place in my lap. By doing this, every heart receives my energy, my love. My sons and daughters, fill your hearts with love, fill your hearts with hope, fill your hearts with faith. Only then will you take the next step. Some are losing faith, they no longer believe. They had made a huge effort to believe, but what did they see? Nothing or more problems. So why believe if nothing gets better? Why believe, if their lives seem to be getting more and more tangled up? Why believe if your world attacks them more and more? Imagine a large, very large container full of water, in which each person who passes around throws a little of their anger, of their sadness, into that container. Feelings are volatile, so they stay on the surface. Then, after a long time, the surface of that huge container is full of misplaced feelings. So if you go down to the bottom, it's clean, but when you get to the surface, you have to go through a big layer of negative feelings that have built up there, and you have to swim very hard to get in and breathe the air. So this is your world is totally buried in this layer of sentimental rubbish. What to do with this container, so that everyone can enjoy it properly? Somehow clean it. Take away those feelings that have accumulated there over eons of time. And how to do it? That is not palpable and physical garbage, it is invisible garbage, but it exists. You may not even see it, but it exists, and in an absurd intensity. So what do you need to do to get to a clean and pure world? Clear this layer. Nothing in the universe is eliminated, everything is transformed. So you need to transform this energy. And the further you get, the closer to the surface, the harder, the more compact this layer is, and the difficulty to eliminate it becomes greater. Each one of you who wakes up and starts to pay attention to what vibrates, consumes a little of this layer from the bottom up. So that immense layer that existed a few years ago is now much smaller. But even so, it is still very compact. I would say that you are going through the worst part of this layer. Now I say to each one of you, if you were just emanating love, emanating high feelings, high vibrations, you would destroy this layer quickly. The light that is coming to this planet is cleansing the planet. The light that is coming is working in the heart of each one. For what? So that each one awakens to love, awakens to the high vibrations, but the choice remains yours. So for this whole layer to be broken, transmuted and transformed, it is necessary for many people to vibrate feelings contrary to those who are there, and to realize that as it is not a physical layer, you do not have to exert much force. They don't need machines, they don't need tools to break anything, just emanate love, a lot of love, and that layer is being destroyed quickly, because love is a very high vibration and has this ability. But if you lose faith, if you get discouraged, if you doubt, remember a good part of the planet continues to emanate energy that accumulates in that layer, at a much greater speed than the love that is emanated. But if you get discouraged, if you don't believe, everything will get much worse, because this layer will only increase. And that day will come when only those who have reached the top will have the right to live that pure air. It's as if each of you takes care of your own proportion in that layer. Remember, the layer was built by you, so all that quantum that you collaborated with, if you emanate love, if you have faith, If you believe, if you make the world better, that part of you is being consumed. It's like you're opening a little path to the top, because it's like something that's stuck at the top and it belongs to you and it has an extension that goes all the way to the bottom. So when you are emanating love, doing your part, that part of you is being consumed and you start creating labyrinths throughout that mass. But you keep going up, and if you keep it up, you'll get there at the top. And when the planet definitely ascends, you will be seen, because you emanated so much love, so much light, that you open your way and arrive there, and you will be taken to this new world. So once again, we remind you that it's all about vibration, how much you're vibrating, how much you're shedding that layer, that part of that layer of you. Of course, I will tell you that this layer will never be completely destroyed, because there are belongings of disembodied souls, who will not be able to clean their part in your physical world. But if each of you cleanses your part, you'll make it to the top. So again, what do you need to do? Emanating love for everything, not getting involved in anything. To be that person who laughs at everything, who doesn't care about anything. When someone suffers by your side, light emanates so that suffering is alleviated or the lesson is learned. Only that. He sympathizes with those who suffer, with those in need, but he is not concerned with the suffering of others. Because the suffering belongs to the other, not yours. So if each one starts to see life through the eyes of the heart, always looking at the other and saying to himself, what he does, what he says, what he thinks is not my problem. These are his choices, not mine. I choose to live in love, to live in light. Okay, this is how you manage to stay intact in the middle. Of course, we cannot forget about your children. Children need to be educated, but always with lots of love. If you educate your children with love and teach them all the values you know so that they emanate positive vibes, you will have fulfilled your part as parents, and they will know how to make the right choices when they grow up. Now the rest, each one has already made their choice when incarnated. You will not be the ones who will change the path of any soul. The decision of each soul is already made. Just live your walks. Be friends, supportive and love everyone, regardless of who they are. Loving is not just that feeling that you tend to idolize in your world. To love is respect, to love is to accept the other as he is. This is love. I don't need to have contact with someone to love them. If I respect him, if I don't speak against him and accept him as he is, I'm already loving him. This is unconditional love. Don't just understand love as physical love or family love. To love is to respect, to love is to accept the other as he is, to love is to give without asking for anything in return. That is to love, not what you claim as love. So enjoy the energy I leave with you today, through my cloak. Receive this energy and fill your hearts with love, and take the opportunity to eliminate a good part of that layer of your negative thoughts and feelings.